Hey y'all, I want to come on and do a soul group collective type reading. I mean, I know there's been so many changes just with us ending September. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and see what the general energies were for the people that are tuned into me, for my subscribers, and for those new subscribers as well. So yeah, let's just see what comes out for us. I don't think I've done this before, but let's do it. Let me refocus for you. Okay, that's as good as it gets. Okay, so what is the general energies going on for my soul group? I'm getting the magic zone, the exhilaration of discombobulation. Okay, so I mean, right off bat, I mean, these cards are fucking gorgeous, by the way. Never a crowd on the leading edge. Nice. One more. I just feel like I need to do one more. And stand up to be recognized. And weird is the new cool. Definitely there's a trend here. I'm going to show you guys the cards too. It's like so gorgeous. A never a crowd on the leading edge. Stand up to be recognized. I feel like, okay, Saturn, you already know, everybody's talking about it. He's gone direct, but there's also so many other transits going on right now. And I feel like all of us are feeling all over the place, okay? Especially me. But in that energy of us feeling all over the place right now, I feel like it's because a lot of things are trying to fall away from our energy. You know, the things that we've been doing, like autopilot, day-to-day basis type energy, it's like now at this very moment, it just doesn't feel as comfortable as it did before. And there's a reason for that. It's like we're not supposed to be doing the same shit we were doing before. I'm going to go ahead and clear the energy, by the way. Like a Palo Santo spray. Okay. We're not meant to be doing that same shit. So it's like it's really jamming up, particularly for our earth signs, the earth signs that are so used to doing things in a particular manner on a day-to-day basis. It's like none of that shit is just, it's not working. And if we are attempting to go in that same direction right now, it's like little things are happening. Like I always get my gas here. Gas station closes down. Or it's like I've been working here for years, but now I don't get along with anybody at work. Me and my significant other have been together, you know, for 5 years, and now we can't even agree on what we want to eat tonight. You know, it's like a lot of energies are trying to break themselves away so that you can move into the new energies, the new timelines that are being set for us. Okay, and I know it feels maybe like a little depressing. It may feel very lonely right now. Like I said, like people just don't understand when it's like, I've been friends with you for fucking years. Like, what are you talking about right now? It's just feeling very lonely, like you're being put out there on the stage and no one's clapping type energy. Okay, but it's like when people start falling away, that's when you keep yourself open enough so that those new people, those new ideas, those new energies and situations can come into you, come into your aura, into your life to open you up, to change you in the directions that you've been going. It's saying stand up and be recognized. Behold, you are the inspiration you've been looking for. I don't think we should really, and I know I'm doing tarot readings, Lord, we shouldn't really be turning to anyone, any books right now to find the answers that we're seeking, that we're looking for, but really just tuning inside. There's nothing wrong with reading books. But it's like right now we're being called to really step into our authenticity, okay? To really step into our own unknowns instead of stepping into the unknown of someone else's perspective that they wrote in that book, or our unknowns that we type into a Facebook group trying to get answers. It's like our paths aren't going to be the next person's path. Like we're all breaking up and breaking into like our new shoes, but really it's like our new skin, our new perspectives, acknowledging spirit, our spirits, what we've really been yearning for, what we felt so jammed up because unbeknownst to us, it's like subconsciously we've been putting ourselves in these situations where it's compromising. And for those that aren't compromising, it's like you're being forced to. And for those who've always compromised, you're being asked to stand up and stand in your own truths right now. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Like, I know this shit is so uncomfortable. For me, I'm, a Libra. It's like we always, it's like put other people, it could either be thoughts and what would someone think, or it's like, yeah, but I mean, if I take my own car to work, how is such and such going to get to work? It's like, no, that shit we're being asked to stand up and do for ourselves, to do for our own directions, okay? It says, weird is the new cool, boldly express your uniqueness. So I'm going to read some cards. I'm going to read some cards tonight and just, get better clarification on this beautiful oracle deck. I'm using the Spiral Tarot, okay? Let's just take a deeper look, please, for my collective energies, for my soul group, just regarding the shifts that are going on at this current time. Just, so many cards. I do want to say, like, all of this is very divine. We're literally building our own new foundations. There's so much static and conflict and within our minds, our bodies, our souls. If you feel like you need to put down that goddamn cheeseburger and go pick up a carrot, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the hints are subtle. They're still there, nudging you to move in that different direction, despite how comfortable you may have been in the past, okay? Three of Swords in reverse with the Hierophant, yes. Oh goodness, things should flying all over the place. Hold on one second. Just gonna stop shuffling for a second. We have the Death card at the bottom. So, okay, just, no relationships right now. Let's just talk about us, okay? With the Three of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Hermit coming out. I'm just seeing confirmation of everything I just said, literally. Three of Swords with the Hierophant, and then the Hermit. So, okay. I understand that it can be very heartbreaking at this time with some of the truths and realizations that we're coming through to see for ourselves and without others' perspectives. I'm also seeing a lot of relationships ending, a lot of people not necessarily leaving one person for another, but acknowledging where they need to be. Please don't get caught up by, wow, this person has sparked something new within me, so it must mean that we need to have sex or be in a relationship. It's not really the time to be creating new sexual relationships, to be putting yourself within these confines of a relationship at this time. But really, we're being asked to drop the traditions, the ideas of what things are supposed to look like, and illuminate our own paths at this current time, to not hide behind what other people's opinions. Pretty much it's saying that again, not hiding behind other people's opinions, other people's traditions, but rather coming out and being in our authentic, true selves at this time, taking action on the things that we've always wanted to do and create, and not waiting for others' permission in order to get that done. Okay? It's like really standing in an authentic place within your own self, and then really taking action on it, not too much taking into account what others will think of you, but being your own go-getter, your own fire starter in these situations and allowing spirit to guide you where it is that you need to go. If he's telling you to drop relationships, to move away from particular people that you've always been tied to, that you've been tied to for some time, let that shit fall. Okay, especially if there's you feel empty with this particular person. For some of you, you're already feeling empty. You've been feeling it for months. Okay. It's time to really start putting yourself first before you acknowledge the needs of others. And I know that sounds so selfish, but especially for the people that naturally put others before themselves. It's like now is not the time. We're being asked to really step into that Aries first house energy of self and self-reflection. Okay. We have the Five of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. And the Ten of Cups with the Four of Pentacles. Empty card. Acknowledging your strengths, acknowledging your truths, acknowledging your talents, standing in your power and what it is that you bring towards anything that you are wanting to put your energy into. I'm seeing where selfish isn't necessarily a bad thing right now, okay? If you've already felt outcasted from particular groups, I'm getting mainly like work, where you feel like you're being put into situations where a lack of integrity is being called like forward. Don't compromise your integrity in any situation, in any truth right now. Even if that leaves you on the outskirts, allow this energy to move through your situations, to move through your life in order for you to have something better. I'm getting a lot of new jobs for a lot of people, but it's not going to be like your like regular 9-to-5 jobs, but rather people just really stepping into like their own crafts, their own arts. A lot of people are moving more towards spirituality right now. Moving out of like, moving out of depression, moving out of emotional unfulfillment, feeling trapped in specific situations where you feel like you've never really been nobody's trapped right now. It's like we all hold our own keys. I don't know why people stay trapped in situations. I know usually it's like stability. Even when we stay trapped in like emotionally, mentally, physically abusive relationships, it's really because we are the enablers of our own lives. We get something from those relationships as well. So it's like, I don't know, it's like we need to heal ourselves. And removing our energy from people that we know mistreat us is eventually giving them the keys as well to heal themselves. Literally dropping the burdens, dropping depression because you feel trapped and stuck in particular situations where you're not successful. You're being asked to literally renew that energy. You're being asked to stand in your power, but also sit within your truths, okay? If you've never manifested before. That's so interesting. I was going to say, if you've never meditated before, now would be the time to start doing that. If you've never just like sat and talked to yourself before, now would be the time to start doing that. Because, I mean, you literally get an answer with just how high the energies are at this particular time. I'm hearing you need to go and put your feet in the dirt. You need to ground yourself. Sand. It's getting cold for some of you, but sand, putting your feet in sand. I know where, baths used to be the thing. Of course, take your spiritual baths, your cleansing baths. But before you go manifesting, doing like magic to manifest new situations, make sure that you're really clearing out. Like before any wound heals, you have to clean it out before it could, heal and to where you don't see it anymore. That was weird because I just got that picture. Before you go manifesting, make sure you empty out your closets, empty out your clutter, really dump all of those things that you feel are heavy and burdensome for you. Drop social media. Some of you need to take social media diets. You need to step away from the phone because it's like you guys are seeking answers, like watered down information, when really all of the truths are being held within you. A lot of new people will be trying to come into your lives. You'll be trying to come into each other's lives, seeking answers. But before you take any of that in as truth, it's like you need to know how to process within yourself and throw out the things that just don't resonate with you and your spirit and where you're going, where your abundance lies. If there's something you've been wanting to get into for quite some time, now's the time to do it. It is going to require a lot of consistency, patience, and love that you be pouring into yourself. Instead of pouring outside of you, it's time to pour within you. If you've been trying to manifest a new situation, a new living situation, some type of new home where you didn't have a car, now you have a car. If you've been wanting to start a new channel, YouTube, you've been wanting to write that book, you've been wanting to sell the products that you make, I'm seeing a lot of like crafts going on. Now's the time to do it. And don't worry about making mistakes, because right now we're in an energy of everyone's making mistakes. Everyone is trial and error right now. And in the people that get this message from me and something similar, where you're being asked to take risk on yourself instead of searching for outside information, please understand that most people that aren't spiritually inept, equipped, they'll be seeking so many answers outside of themselves that now is the time to generate business. But everyone can't follow the leader. Someone has to be the leader. And for a lot of you, you are those leaders. Someone has to take the risk so that others will follow. So are you the follower or are you the leader? It's time to literally manifest the things that it is that you're wanting right now, and take that leap towards yourself. It's like a lot of gold in like peach colors in these cards. It's like the world is literally your oyster. If you are spiritually equipped to get the answers from within yourself, like so much abundance will follow you just taking that leap, that investment within yourself. And you taking that leap, others will follow. Others will be coming to you for that information. It's time to give birth to these new ideas and let the new cycles in. Where there was no action before, there will be action. Where there was no abundance, where there was no money before, there will be abundance. I hope this is making sense to you guys. Some of you are confused on which direction to go. But if you take out the part where, how much money is this going to make me? Are people really going to even be interested in what I have to offer? Are people going to be interested in what I'm selling? Are people going to be interested in what I'm saying? That's not the direction to go, okay? If you're thinking about any type of financial gain from a particular situation over the passion you have for it, that's not the direction to go. I'm not saying go towards the things like starving artist type, but you have to understand that in you taking the starving artist route, there will be a lot of people that find interest in what it is that you're doing. People celebrating what you're doing, wanting to know more about what you're doing, wanting to know more about what you have to say. So being practical in this situation, it's not going to yield you the results that you're wanting. Of course, this is from my spiritual beings, my spiritual leaders, those that are in tune with themselves, okay? Don't listen to the naysayers, but rather surround yourself with people that are celebrating you. Let go of all like hurt, pain, doubt, people that have talked down on you, your ideas, the direction you're going. If anyone is doubting you, move them out the way, because you just understand there will always be people that are doubting you. Keep that in the back of your mind, and you use that as energy to fuel and propel you forward. But those aren't the type of people you need in your energy right now. Anyone that is manipulative, anyone that talks down on you, mistreats you, don't tell them your ideas, don't tell them your secrets, don't tell them what you're planning on doing. Right now is the time for action and manifestation. Okay? I'm feeling like that's going to be the thing that keeps you stuck and bound. The energy you've been putting into other people, I'm getting a lot of relationships. Let it end. Let the tower come so that your new ideas can manifest, so that you can plant them in the ground. And don't sit around waiting for these seeds. Continue to move forward. Just continue to water them as well, okay? Continue to water them as well. And allow Spirit to do the rest for you. You just balance it, okay? I feel like a lot of you may be losing jobs right now. That's okay. Let it go. You feel like you need like a 9-to-5 in the meantime while you get this stuff done. This is a good time to switch careers, to switch jobs. But just know that that's not the final result, okay? Don't get the new job and then just stop everything that you have going on. I'm getting that you need to move in way of Spirit and allow Spirit to move through you and in way of you. Okay. Things will continue. Things will balance themselves out. You just have to have the strength to believe and trust in what it is that you want, and that abundance will come and abundance will follow. I have ancestors. I have you balancing yourself, and then I have Spirit giving you the strength to do it. Plant your seeds, water them, okay? Don't stand over them. Don't wait for the little sprouts to come up out the ground. I'm not speaking literally. Okay. Water them and move forward. Water them, move forward. And your ideas, the things that you're wanting, the things that you believe in, and start to put your own self and your thoughts first. If you're she's standing over him. If your heart is not in the purest place, like I said before, you need to start purging your mind, your intentions, your heart. If you're holding like resentment and like those revenge type emotions and shit like that, let all that shit go. It's actually holding up space where you could be literally pouring into yourself, where Spirit could be pouring into you. Before you start planting, before you start gardening in your spirit, you need to like hoe the land, purge the land, turn the land, let all that shit out, clean yourself from the inside out, detoxes, like I said, spiritual baths, a lot of cleansing. If you're going to sage, make sure you have Palo Santos behind that. Don't just, leave yourself empty and vulnerable without filling it with something that you are wanting, okay? I hope this made sense. Okay. Make sure all your intentions are from a pure place, okay? No backbiting, no backstabbing, no shicey shit right now, especially if you're wanting more, okay? No shicey shit. You purge that shit out before you start moving towards the things that you want, before you start offering your services and offering to help other people, you let that shit go. Because then you're going to be standing there like, well, I did what you said, but you're still over here like, yeah, I'm going to show that motherfucker that I'm, you know, worth more than the price tag they put on me. Like, no. You have to tell yourself none of that shit even matters anymore. Leave all those haters and shit in the past. Leave them in the dust. Leave them in the dust. And they can watch you glow up from a distance, but it's not because, you know, that was your intention. You didn't, you know, put in the work so that motherfuckers can watch you from the sidelines. You put in work because your intentions were pure and you wanted to help other people in that, okay? Trust in your dreams. Trust in the things that Spirit is trying to show you. It says, attend to the simple things, which is you, which is self-care, which is self-love. You were born for this. Foster your intention for an incarnating in this dimension. Confirmation from what we just said. Become the elixir and let your glow do the heavy lifting. Allow your spirit to do the heavy lifting. You just let all that shit go. Allow your ancestors and your guides to handle the bullshit, okay? You just make sure you're not carrying it around with you. Okay, I hope that was of help to you. I really enjoyed that, actually. I might have to do that whenever, like, a lot of planets start moving around. And I hope you guys have a good end of September, October. You are in great company, and pull back to propel forward. Purge to propel forward. All right, I love you guys. And you guys have a good night and a great October, and I will be back. Bye.